following show is a paid program.
Family, how you doing? And today we have Sherri Shepherd with us. I tell you, actress, comedian, author, and television personality. Hey, lady, how you doing?
Hey, Cam, how are you?
I cannot believe you are here. I could not sleep.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
by osmosis.
Thank you first for coming on. I'm telling you, pivotal point. You have to be here. Today, our topic is never give up. How did we get here, lady? How did you get here?
Oh, gosh.
I know.
My knees are bruised from praying a lot. Let me tell you something. I've spoken in so many tongues, I don't think there's any more languages.
I know. There's a video we're going to show of how, just a little bit about your life. A little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go with it. Let's see the video.
My son is an amazing little miracle. He was, fortunately, he was born at 25 weeks, which is approximately 5.5 months. He weighed 1 pound 10 ounces. He had severe brain bleeding on both sides. He had a hole in the artery near his heart, a hole in his intestines. The doctors predicted that he would have shunts in his brain, multiple surgeries, mental retardation, severe cerebral palsy, and they said that the quality of his life would be just adversely affected. So my husband and I made the difficult choice, and we decided to take Jeffrey off of life support so that he could go to heaven and be with his little sister. I had lost his twin sister. But my prayer was to God. I said, if you could just, I'm going to give him to you, but if you could give me a miracle, I would so appreciate that. To the hospital, the next ventilator tubes from Jeffrey's, and his dad said, Jeffrey, your mommy's here, say hi. And his right arm went up and it fell back down, and he gripped the ventilator tube till his knuckles turned white. And I sat down, just praying, hoping for that miracle. And as they went to disconnect the ventilator tubes so that Jeffrey could take his last breath in my arms, the head of the neonatal intensive care unit came and said, we did another ultrasound, and the hole in Jeffrey's intestine it's completely healed. And that's when I knew that God was saying to me, you don't get to decide when he goes home, I decide that. Jeffrey had to see many doctors, many neurologists. I called them all the doom and gloom team, because no matter what he did, they always said, well, you know, we think he's having seizures. We still think he's going to have cerebral palsy. And I was just very overwhelmed. I had just made a promise, my husband and I, that whatever package Jeffrey was given to us in, we were going to accept him wholeheartedly. But even still, I was very scared, because I didn't know how Jeffrey was going to make it in this world. He had developmental delays. He had early intervention in California. And then at the age of about 2.5, I moved to New York to do The View. And it was just very overwhelming, this whole New York system, the school system, the private schools. I was at the parks, and I'm next to these mothers at the parks in Manhattan, and they're saying, you know, my son doesn't have a television, and they know French, Spanish, and Italian. And I'm really overwhelmed, because I'm thinking, well, I just taught Jeffrey English, and I can't even understand him half the time. The whole process of trying to find a school for Jeffrey, because he had transitioned out of early intervention, I had no idea how New York worked, and I was very overwhelmed and trying to do my job at The View. I remember going to one school around the corner from me, and I just stopped in. I didn't know at these schools, these private schools, you just don't stop in. I should have known when there was no receptionist. And I walked in and I said, I'm just interested. My son has developmental delays if you have a program. And she said, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You have to make an appointment. And it was just so frustrating. After the View one day, I was talking about Jeffrey, and one of the mothers came up to me. I was taking pictures, and she said, my son went to this amazing school, YAI Gramercy School. And then she had given me her number, which I lost. I called 311 and I said, I have no idea what to do. They gave me directions and they directed me to the Gramercy School again. And I remember walking into the Gramercy School, they had the pictures on the wall and everybody was so wonderful. And they immediately hugged my son. Like everybody hugged my son. So Jeffrey attended his first day at YAI, and he was fine. I was the one that was crying. They said, Miss Shepherd, you gotta leave now, because I couldn't leave my baby. I've never seen my son more eager to go to school. He cries if I tell him that it's a conference and they can't, he has no school. He can't understand conference day. He wakes up wanting to talk about his friend Posey and Anthony. When we go to bed and pray at night, I'm trying to teach him to pray. I like to say the little prayers, bless us in Jesus' name, amen. But he wants to pray for Miss Amy and Miss Allison and Helene and Robert. He wants to pray for everybody at the school. When the doctor said that he would not be able to, YAI, you've let my son know that he can.
I just wanted you people to know your compassion and your beautiful spirit, lady. I'm telling you. And we want to let people know that Jeffrey is 15 and is looking for a girlfriend.
My son told me that today is National Girlfriend's Day. I think he said it was today is National Girlfriend's Day. And I said, well, Jeffrey, we can make a video and I'll put it out there for you. He goes, yeah, but I don't have a girlfriend. And I said, what? We can make a video. And then I made a statement, Cam, that filled him with horror. I go, well, I'll be your girlfriend. He looked at me like 9,000 roaches. He was like, I'm not comfortable with that. That's yuck. Don't ever say that again. And that's when I'm realizing that my son is 15. He's not 8 anymore.
Right.
When you're 8, you want your mom to be your girlfriend. That's all you care
right.
about.
But not anymore, Miss Sherri Shepherd. He's 15 years old. He said it. I just saw him the other day on the podcast. Hey, he said, I'm looking for a girlfriend.
He did.
He did. So let's talk about your podcast a little bit. Let's talk about how that started. You have a podcast, a great one.
I have a podcast called Two Funny Mamas with one of my best girlfriends, Kim Whitley. And I have been on Kim literally for 3 years. And so we were both working at the Tom Joyner morning show in the mornings. And I kept saying, Kim, like, we are stand-up comics. We're mothers. We're funny. We're both raising boys. We do a segment on Tom Joyner all the time called, Black Moms Matter and, girlfriends. And why don't we do this? And she kept saying no, because she's busy. I'm busy. And we were going to do it. I finally got her down, and then the pandemic hit. So we didn't get to do it. We were going to do it at Kevin Hart's studio. And the pandemic hit, and I said, but Kim, let's do it because we don't have anything to do. And we started it on Mother's Day. That was our first podcast. And we've done 21. Our 21st episode is out today. It comes out every Thursday on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. And we've been having so much fun. Like, we love talking, her and I. We never run out of stuff to talk about. And so we've gotten a steady, a platform of viewers that come, and we're enjoying life.
Well,
doing this podcast.
I'm telling you, we're going to look at a little bit of the podcast on what you have, but this one is called Thick Thighs Save Lives. So some thick thighs are saving some lives. Let's look at it, guys. Let's look at this one real quick.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is the dress I had on. This is what I wore to the wedding.
The shirt.
And the dress.
That's a shirt. I want everybody to understand.
It was a shirt. It was a shirt you wear with jeans, but I chose not to wear anything, under the dress.
Your legs do look good.
Thank you. So for people who are listening, that's Jeffrey's schoolroom. I've got on a white, long, flowy shirt, but I made it into a dress. And I was really hot, and I had 6-inch wedge sandals, and I had this hair. And so I just was kind of
curly blonde lioness hair.
My curly blonde ombre hair. And so that's the dress that I wore. And it was so funny. We did a Soul Train line at the wedding, and I dropped it like it was hot, and my dress flew up, and I was like, uh-oh. And the mother-in-law said, sweetheart, I think you showed more than you wanted to.
Right, yeah, you did. But did you notice that Chris zoomed in on the picture? It was a perfect size, but he blew it up. Or Nate, one of them zoomed in on the picture. That was unnecessary.
Because you know what? Chris needed to see that thick thighs save lives. Don't get it twisted. You better show them thick thighs.
Save lives.
Because let me tell you something. My thighs are thick. If I got you in the head, like, you're going to suffocate.
Yeah.
My thighs are weapons.
I've taken a couple down. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Andre talks about how strong my thighs are. When I kickbox, I don't joke around.
There you go. There you go. I mean, they are they are hilarious. If you don't, I watch them all the time. So I'm so glad that she came on. And one part of that I love about it is that you guys, thick thighs are saving lives over there. I love that part. But
we have so much fun. We talk about everything. We talk about raising our kids. We talk about, marching in this protest. And how to be responsible. What is our role? What lane do we swim in? Mm-hmm. We talk about voting. We talk about relationships. We talk about sex or the lack thereof during the pandemic. There's nothing that Kim and I, because we've been friends since we were both struggling comics living in an apartment across the street from each other. So there's nothing that we can't talk about. I even told her in one episode that there was a guy she was dating, and I said, I'm attracted to your guy. And I was able to tell Kim that. Now, I'm not going to say she wasn't mad at me. We are so close. I said, I'm attracted to your guy. I ain't seen him since. She grown. Don't be bringing no man around this
Exactly. The thing I love about you is that you speak to women. You speak directly to them. You're a champion for them all the time on every platform I've seen. Why so?
Because I believe that not only, this is the year of the woman or whatever, but I have always believed that women, we cannot make it alone. I'm very leery of women who say, I don't, have women friends. I get along better with men, because then I get a little scared because I go, there's something wrong internally. I feel like women need women to lift each other up. Women need women to go to the next level. Women need to reach back and help other women. It is, men are great. I love y'all, and you feel a purpose as we do with you. But, you have got to have some close sister friends in your life to be able to do life. So I'm just a believer in championing women as far as our pay, letting women know what they need to look for in pay. I just feel like if we don't help each other, we're not going to be in the position. We keep, paying homage to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yes.
And the Kamala Harrises. It's like those women had other women helping them.
Yes.
If you want to get Michelle Obama, I still call her my first lady, had a woman helping her, had women mentoring her. If you want to get to the next level, you have to be, helping other women. Because if other women get there, then other people get there.
I love that. The other thing I love about you're very open, transparent about things. And this thing with wigs, I was talking to you yesterday, And I said I saw this lady here in Houston, and her girlfriend didn't tell her that she had a tag hanging out of her wig. Now, now her girlfriend was walking with her, and I was just looking. I said, "Now wait a minute, is there a tag in the wig? It's all in the front. It's not supposed to be." What?
Well, unless she was planning on taking it back, and they usually don't take things back. That's something that I blame on the shop owner. You're supposed to cut the tag out of the wig, but or at least pin it
Yeah,
up,
help us
girl.
up.
I would have
Help us.
definitely helped, but it's funny because I'm moving out of my house
Yeah.
next month, and so I thought because you were talking about wigs, I would show you a
Let's see
little
some of
bit.
the wigs. So you had a wig line not too many years ago.
I did have a wig line. Let me see if I can just pull out
Let's see some wigs you got there, because I already know
a
you.
little bit of
Now look
my
at this.
collection.
Now, if anybody needs a wig, here you go.
Hey, I need to put this on my dating profile.
There you go. Absolutely.
And look, and as I'm holding them, wigs are falling all over the floor. What would you do if you came in a woman's house and it was all of this hair?
I'm telling you.
Hair,
Well, let me tell you, I like a woman with wigs because I can be with Janice and Jennifer and Sasha.
Oh, I love my hair. It's like so soft.
Only you.
Right now they're on my bed because we're moving. So this is my partner in crime.
That's too funny. Also, I've had many men ask, "Are you single, Miss Sherri Shepherd?"
Am I single?
Are you single?
Well, what if I say, "Can you handle all of this?"
That's what you got to tell them. Can they handle all of that?
Am I single? Am I single?
Uh-oh.
Yes, I am single. I'm so happily single. It's I am very, very single, and I'm in a good place in my singleness.
There you go. There you go. Well, hey, we got that out of the way. Self-defense. You did a little self-defense, but you were spooning a little. I mean, I don't know what was happening with that. With
my trainer.
With your trainer. I mean, you were taking him down.
My trainer, who's a comic, Andre Lavelle, he also is trained in Muay Thai and karate and all of these other, fighting styles. And he combined them all together to teach self-defense classes for women.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it with a couple other friends because, with this climate, you just want to feel like you can protect yourself.
Yes.
So there are moves that he has taught us on how to, because most people try to get a woman on the ground. So he has taught us how to fall, how to fight on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But here it is. I am a single woman. It is a pandemic. I got a trainer with an amazing body. And he's teaching me how to fight on the ground. So in some of those poses, Cam, it requires him to show me, like, if a man is on top of me, what I need to do, where I need to bring my knee. How do I flip a man over? Okay, if I'm and then if I flip him over and I'm able to get on top of him, what do I need to do? Okay, all that stuff is taking the form of intimacy for me. I'm just saying. So I asked him in the middle of us doing our fighting on the ground, could he spoon with me and just tell me everything was going to be all right?
There you go.
He subsequently raised my rate, but
I love that part. That was one of the we were talking about through podcast and everything. That's some of the podcasts that's on there. You also are an author, television personality, and an actress.
Yeah, I got 2 books. Permission Slips, Every Woman's Guide to Giving Yourself a Break, on how to just give yourself permission to be okay with everything. And then my second book was number 13 on the New York Times bestseller list it was called Plan D, How to Lose Weight and Beat Diabetes, even if you don't have it, because I'm so passionate about health and committing to our health and being here for our children, especially as a Black woman, because diabetes is the number 3 killer. Heart disease is number 1, I believe. And it's like, we have children. Who's going to teach your little girl how to be a woman, how to go and be independent. Who's going to teach your son how to be a man, how to treat his woman, how to be a caretaker for his family if you're not around? We women, we the backbone of the family. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
very passionate about teaching people how to take control of their health, because I've been
Abs-
off sugar for 2 years, on
wow.
water for 9 years. That's all I drink.
That is
So,
great.
I'm passionate about showing other people how to do that and be able to live a full life without feeling like we got to have those candied yams, you know?
Absolutely. Let's do this real quick. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with Sherri Shepherd.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection. Only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service, striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we are back with Miss Sherri Shepherd. Sherri, you were just telling us about the health of women that you were speaking to, and just you all are the backbone, and that's truly the case. You definitely are.
Yeah, I just think women are, if I always say to women, and this goes for men too, but I always say to women, if we're not around, who is going to rub? A woman knows if you have a child or a niece or nephew, there's a certain way you rub their back when they're not feeling quite themselves. If you have a son, there's only a certain way you can rub his head or nuzzle him or say it's gonna be all right, son. That can do it for him. If you have a daughter, you are everything to them, and you have a purpose, and there's a plan for you. But if we're not healthy, we can't fulfill that. If we're not there, who is going to rub their back when they're going through some stuff? Who's going to be there for them when they're down and their heart is broken? Do they have to look up to heaven and ask you for advice? Or can you be right here in good health? And I wanted that for me and my son, because as you saw in the first video, he was born with developmental delays. And I want to do everything that I can do that is in my control to be here for him. I don't want to be wheeled up to, a seat in my wheelchair while he accepts his diploma. So that is my impetus for, staying in good health, getting off of sugar, 2 years sugar free, and not drinking soda or fruit juice, but doing water. That's what helped my
I
son,
love
Jeffrey.
that. I love that. You being an actress, you have chosen a lot of the, projects that speak to not only what a lot of African Americans, but people in general. Why so?
I love acting. I feel so blessed that I can do play pretend and I get paid for it. The stuff that we did as kids.
Yes.
The role play that I get to get paid for it. I feel very blessed that my entire family is way funnier than me, but I feel very blessed that I'm the one that's getting paid to actually get on stage and be stupid.
Hmm.
In the best of ways.
Yes.
So the fact that arts can touch people,
Hmm.
the arts can make people feel inspired, feel challenged, feel down, and I love that I get to do all of that. It's just I'm thankful.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's show one of them. It's a Lifetime story, the Carlene White story. Just tell us a little bit before we show it.
Okay, it's called Abducted, the Carlina White story, starring
Yes.
Kiki Palmer
Hmm.
and me. And it was based on a true story of a woman, a nurse in Harlem, who kidnapped a baby because she wanted a baby. And I play the biological mother, and Kiki Palmer is the little girl that got kidnapped. She never found out she was raised with this woman and never knew she was kidnapped. And she didn't find out until she had a child of her own. And it was the heartbreaking story of their coming back together.
Absolutely. Let's show that real quick.
I saw y'all on TV, and I thought about giving her back. But then they would look up at me. People started saying we looked alike. They even called her Lil' Ann. Every day she became more and more mine.
She wasn't yours. She was mine.
I fed her. I clothed her. I taught her right from wrong. That little girl who you parading around on TV and everything, I did that.
You should be thanking me.
I should be thanking you.
Thank me.
It's taken all I got not to jump across the table and kill you.
I know you hate me. And I know somebody like you, you'll never understand this. Somebody like you know you got a lot of love in your life. Me, I've been loving people and doing for people. It's one thing to love somebody, but it's another thing for somebody to love you back. Daddy loved me back. I ain't never felt that before.
You could have taken any other child in that nursery. Why you take mine? Was it because I was young?
It didn't have nothing to do with you, Miss White.
It had everything to do with me. It had everything to do with me.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, you were there. You were part of it.
She was played by Anjanou Ellis, who played Maddie Moss Clark in the Clark Sisters.
Yes.
And let me tell you, that Anjanou Ellis is a beast as an actress. So what an honor to play a mother. That scene was I had to confront her in prison.
Yes.
And and find out why she took my child. This was a true story. So that was my very first dramatic role on a television movie.
Yes.
I'd never done drama before, so that was something to be able to pull that out.
So many local artists here that are vying to become actresses, and they're local, so they're doing plays and they're doing everything they can to get to that point. What would you say to them, actors and actresses?
I would say the way you're starting off is that's the way you should do it. You should be doing every play that you can do, auditioning for anything you could do, college, if there's a play at a senior citizens home, get prepared. Preparation is the thing, because I don't believe in it's luck. I don't believe in being lucky. It's luck is preparation meets opportunity. Because before you say, I'm going to move to LA and be a star, you have to remember you're walking in a room with someone like me. I've been doing this for a long time. You're walking in a room with a Niecy Nash or an Yvette Nicole Brown or a Kim Whitley. This is what we do. So if you're not prepared, you're going to come in like a fish with, I don't want to compare us to sharks, but we're bigger fish. So you want to be prepared. You want to bring in something fresh and something new. So that if I look at you, I'm like, who this girl is? Harpo, who this new actress is? But it's so important to be prepared because it is a muscle. So do all you can right where God has planted you before you talk about moving out here. And I would say, because once you make a plan to move out here, and you have to have a plan. Don't come out with no money. Don't come out, have a plan, have a savings together so that you can fall back on that while you're out here acting. Get your headshots. It's all about being professional, because I have so many people, Cam, that come up to me and they go, oh, Miss Sherri, how I do what you do? Well, you got to take classes. You got, how I make that money. And for some reason, their hands always do this. How I make that money. That's what I want to do. So
you got it.
It's all about being prepared. Have a business card, because I'll say to people, do you have a business card? I want to do your makeup, Miss Sherri. Do you have a business card? Can you write it down on the do you have a piece of paper or a napkin? Yeah, but I'm gonna throw it away. So it's all about preparation, professionalism, but mainly preparation. And don't let anybody tell you no. If that's the desire deep in your heart, and you know that's what you were meant to do, then follow through with it.
Absolutely. The Brian Banks story is another one on Injustice. Let's talk about that, especially now, Injustice.
Yes, Brian Banks was my first dramatic lead in a theater, in a film, and it's based on the real life story of Brian Banks, who was one of the a third ranked national football players in high school. He was off to college, and he got accused of rape when he was 16 years old, falsely accused. No investigation done. They convicted this young boy at 16 years old of rape. He went to prison for 6 years and got out, and he had to wear an ankle bracelet, was considered a pedophile. But he fought, and he fought because he knew he was innocent. His mother fought with him, Leomi Brain, and she fought with him. And they got the Innocence Project to represent him, and he was exonerated. But it just showed the injustice of the judicial system, especially as it concerns our young Black men, and why we have to vote, and why we have to vote for our locals. But I played his mother, Leomi, in the Brian Banks story. So this is what it's about.
Absolutely. I also want to say that so many times with the Innocence Project is because that people have been in 30, 40, 20 years, and we see it every single day, 15 years, and they've been innocent. But let's look at the film right now. Let's look at it. Okay.
I was accused of something I didn't do. And the truth matters.
Boyhood dreams got no place in a man's life. You need to concentrate on getting employed. Forget about football.
21, highway medical center on Broadway.
When I was young, it was hard to see a way out. Football gave me an option.
Brian Banks with the tackle.
By the time I was 16, I had the attention of the NFL.
The sky is the limit for this kid.
So what happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks, 16 years old, when he was accused of a crime he did not commit. He lost 11 years. Scholarship, he was prevented falls.
The system is broken.
We have 10 months to clear his name.
If in that time they do not overturn your conviction, you'll be a prisoner again.
I need something big, something extraordinary. It's extraordinary that I'm still here. I'm still standing.
Yeah.
You ever been locked up? They nearly killed me.
How did you survive it?
Almost did. And I met a man who showed me a different way. All you can control in life is how you respond to life. I know what I have to do now.
My son is innocent!
They tried to count me out.
You think you'll get another shot at the NFL?
and saw in that was other women. Anjanou Ellis had auditioned for that role, who was opposite me in the Carlina White story. He said, I felt that you brought a softness of a
Mm-hmm.
mother, that other people came with a fight and this, and you brought a softness. And it just shows you what you do is different from
Mm-hmm.
everyone else, because the woman, the real Leomi, Brian Banks's mother, is a very shy woman. Although she's a teacher, she just got her master's. She's a quiet hero, and she's not a fighter like that, but her quiet strength is what got her son through. And we're very similar in she smiles a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I didn't know, that's what they were looking for. It's just what I brought. So I always tell people, don't get intimidated by other, big names. You got to
Mm-hmm.
know what's different inside of you that nobody else has. For me, it's my joy and it's my smile.
Yes.
And to me, when I walk in a room and audition, I bring all of pearly whites. I bring all of the joy. Somebody else comes in and they're more, understated or
Mm-hmm.
something else, and it works. Whatever God has for you, you're gonna get.
Absolutely. And that's why the topic today is never give up. Never once give up. Keep going. Keep going on that journey, because at that point you thought for sure that the role had been taken by someone else.
Oh, absolutely. I just was like, I was disappointed, but I said, well, Lord, I'm thankful that I got the blessing to be able to go in and he see me. And when he didn't even know that I had the audition. They had sent him my video audition, and he was cleaning his computer. He didn't even know it was on there. He was cleaning off his computer and then saw it. He told me later. So it was one of those things. It's like, you have to trust that what God has for you,
Ooh.
nobody else is going to get it. You just got to be prepared and do your job. It's like a chess match.
Yeah.
God, you make a move, God makes a move. You
Hmm.
make a move, God makes a move. That's that faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had gone in going, I'm just going to book movies, but I hadn't gone to acting class and been prepared and done other stuff, that may have been a different outcome. So you have to do your part as well.
Absolutely. Let's do right here. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with Sherri Shepherd.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we are back with Sherri Shepherd. Sherri, you were just telling us a little bit about just being prepared, just being on it, having it together when you're going in front of people, and just yourself. Just be happy with yourself and what you're doing.
I think some people say, what is unique about me? Sometimes we can get into that of everybody else is so much better. They're so more talented or they know more. Like God gave you a uniqueness. God
Yes.
gave everybody something that is unique to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even flowers that are the same are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always tell people, if you want to find out things that are just unique to you, when you go in for an audition or go in a conference full of people at work, or you go in for a job interview, sit in a chair in the middle of the room with maybe 7 of your closest friends, people who know you, and let them tell you, let them love on you, and let them tell you everything that they love about you, every good thing that they think about you. And take that in, absorb it. Sometimes it's hard for us to hear a compliment because it's just for whatever issues we have or underlying things that are going on in our lives. But this is the moment you have to take it in and absorb it. And when I did that a decade ago and I sat in the room and it was very uncomfortable, one of the things, or everybody said, "We love your smile. You have the brightest smile. When you walk in the room, it's like you just bring joy." And those are the two things that I remember about myself. So when I'm intimidated by someone or I'm auditioning against someone, I remember, "Hey, Sherri, your smile brings joy." So I don't come in the room like this, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" I come in the room walking with a smile. And I
Mm-hmm.
come in with all of the joy that I have. So that automatically will separate me from someone else. So you have to find those things that are unique to you. Now, sometimes I'm in the room, I'll be in the room with Niecy Nash, Yvette Nicole Brown, Kent Whitley, and they want a sassy character. You can even do sassy different. Niecy Nash does sassy. Sexuality lays around her shoulder like a mink coat. It's sexuality. Yvette Nicole Brown brings in a sassy, "I'm mothering you. I'm going to tell you to don't come at me." Kim Whitley brings in a kind of sexy, you can hang out with this dude, like a dude sexy. That's my friend. I can say that. She's like, "Hey, okay, okay." She got dimples, but she like a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I bring in sassy with a joyful kind of, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sassy, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, you can get over on this girl. And we all do sassy 4 different ways. But we all know what's unique to us, which is why all 4 of us book stuff all the time, because we know we've been something a little bit different. So and that's part of preparation,
Mm-hmm.
knowing who you are, what you bring, how you walk in the door, even when you greet people. That's all preparation.
What I love about you, on yesterday I talked to you and you were just comforting. It was just like we were friends, just, "Hey, what's going on, Cam? What's up?" But what I love about you, and I see you on a daily basis as far as just different things, you're present. You're right there. A lot of people aren't present in the now, especially during COVID. COVID makes you really think, you better do whatever you're going to do right now because you just don't know. Why be so present?
I think this is a moment that we're never going to get back. Now,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, Cam. I want to be out of this so badly.
Yeah.
I want to wear heels again. I want to go roller skate. I got a Thursday night date with Niecy. Every Thursday we go roller skating. I want to get back to my life. But this is also a moment for us to sit down and go, what am I supposed to be learning here? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be facing? I've never gotten this much time with my son because either I'm working or I'm always on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I have gotten to know him very intimately, although he's going through this thing that he don't like me because he's 15. We're like in a bad marriage. Every time he walks in the room, he's like, "Oh, you here?" "Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. And we can't get a divorce, sir. We are together. We attached at the uterus." I'm telling you. But I have gotten to know my son in a way with his unique challenges.
Mm-hmm.
When he says thank you, like if you give him something to eat, he goes, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And if you don't know him, it sounds like he's trying to get you out of the room. But he
Mm-hmm.
really does. He's appreciative.
Right.
And if I hadn't been here since February, I wouldn't have gotten to know the little nuances
Mm-hmm.
of my child.
Mm-hmm.
When he said to me the other day, "Mom, how does my crush know I have a crush on her if I can never show her that I have a crush on her?" Going through anxiety about, being in this pandemic. So it's like there's things, how are you bonding with your children?
Mm-hmm.
There's things that I've had to confront my fears. I've always wanted to write,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always a fear that I've had of I'm not good enough to write. I don't know enough big words. I didn't go to college. I'm just sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going to write a movie. It's the
Mm.
hardest thing I've ever had to do, write a movie. But I said, you know what? I want to come out of this pandemic being a little bit different than
Mm-hmm.
before when I went in.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken the time. I just got off my call with my therapist before I got on this this show with you. Of how do I live more healthy? Why am I making wrong decisions? Why do I get married to people that I shouldn't be married to and have
Mm-hmm.
to? How do I heal myself? So I'm present because I just feel like this is a time we're not going to get back because
Yeah.
once this is lifted and we're able to go about our business in a kind of a
Mm.
different way, we won't have the time.
Right.
I think
Right.
God has had to slow us down
Yes.
for a reason. So
Mm-hmm.
might as well be present to it and take it all in because once it starts,
Mm-hmm.
you got to make up for lost time and you got to keep going.
And I love
So
the
this
fact
whole
you live.
time,
Yeah, I love the fact you live unapologetically. You don't apologize. You know, a lot of people start apologizing. You know, I'm sorry I did this, and I'm sorry I did. But you teach men how to do that, how to live for themselves, how to be better for themselves.
I think, well, I don't apologize as much because when you get to this age, I'm 53.
No
And
way.
I got a lot of life underneath me.
Yeah.
It's harder to feel this way when you're in your 20s because
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're in your 20s, you so don't want to disappoint anybody. You so
Right.
want to get it right. What are people going to think of me? So you
Yes.
take on a lot more than you can handle. You get mad at yourself. What if he doesn't like me? You have all of this stuff going on. When you're 30, it's almost the same thing. You lighten up a little bit. When you get into your 40s, you're like, wait a minute, it's something new. It's something new here. When you get into your 50s, the word is no. No, no, no. Did you
Yes.
hear what I said? Not I'm sorry, I can't. I said no. I can't
Not.
do it.
I can't do it.
Can I borrow some money? No. I
No.
know you got it. Yeah, I know I got it, but you not getting it. It's more of a confidence. Even I used to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders when I
Yeah.
did The View, when I co-hosted. What is everybody going to think of me if I say this? I'm a Christian. I can't say that.
Mhm.
At this age, I have found my relationship with God is my relationship with God.
Yes.
He knows me. He
Yes.
created me. He knows the most intimate aspects of
Mm-hmm.
me. One thing I do in this pandemic, Cam, I curse like a sailor. My poor son has heard more curse words coming out of my mouth. And I like it. I like cursing. I do. And does that mean I love the Lord less? Does that mean I'm less of a Christian? Absolutely not. I just like to curse.
Curse.
And it may because I was never able to do it. So I do it so much. But I just feel like I have a freedom now. There's this, and so I tell younger girls when they go through things, women now are dealing with, being taken advantage of,
Yes.
saying no, setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You hear so much with this Me Too, like, men taking advantage of women. And I always tell young girls, practice, stand in the mirror and practice saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Practice saying it with the deep voice, practice saying it with the high voice, practice saying it without shaking your voice. Because no can always be turned into a yes.
Yes.
It's harder to turn yes into a no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I always say, practice saying no and practice setting your boundaries. Like if you want to be an actor or an actress, what are the things that you really don't want to do? If you don't want
Right.
to do nude scenes, think about that right now so
Mm-hmm.
that you have your boundaries so that when you get into the situation, you've already thought about that. So you're not thrust into a situation where they're like, okay, everybody take your clothes off. Okay, oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. When I did
Exactly.
the movie Precious with
Uh-oh.
Gabby Sidibe and Monique,
Yes.
because Niecy Nash and I, we're best friends too. We'd always talk that we don't want to curse. We don't want to curse in a movie. And I remember Lee Daniel wanted me to say curse word. And I was like, uh-oh. I don't want to curse. And I said to Lee, I know I could do this without cursing and I could give you what you need. And he said, okay. And I did it without the cursing. And he said, now can you do it with the cursing? And I did it with the cursing. I don't know which scene he used, but I was able to stand up for myself is what I'm
Yes.
saying. because I'd already thought about it. I already talked about it with girlfriends. Now, if I do a movie, I'm like, can we curse? Ain't nothing. There's nothing in this script where I can't be like Samuel Jackson. Can I be the female Samuel Jackson?
Just curse. Just do cursing.
Give me
All
a movie
that.
I get to curse, but I'm gonna curse you out. Being this age is just, I have more freedom. I'm more confident. I know who I am, and I don't social media and the opinions of others don't dictate how I live my life. But I'm honest. That's experience. That's life. You go through life and ups and downs and hurts and disappointments, and you grow. There's no growth without pain. I'm gonna tell you that now.
There you go.
Anybody who's thinking they're gonna get through life and be here without painful moments to get you here, it's not gonna happen.
Absolutely. What would you like to leave with the viewers, lady?
I'm not gonna curse because it usually would be a curse word. No, I'm just kidding. I would just say thank you, Cam. One thing that I appreciate about you is your integrity. I like you. And I'm gonna be honest, we were having a problem getting this show together with me because I misread the communications that your team so graciously sent to me, and I was so busy and I was on the set shooting a project, so I didn't read everything. And then when they called me, you're on the staff, Elise, she was so beautiful. She was like, "Hi, Miss Sherri, and I just want to make sure you're happy." And I was like, "I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. I didn't know this was going to be a visual. I thought this was going to be just my voice. Now I got to put some hair on, and I didn't flat iron my wig. And I'm divorced twice, and I'm lonely. I don't have a man. No, Elise, I'm not happy." And this poor girl said, "Well, let me see how we can do this, Miss Sherri." And my name is not Miss Sherri. It's Sherri. And she was so sweet. And I apologized to her because it was just one of those days. And you called me. And I have to say, I appreciate that because you said, "What can I do to make this okay for you?" And I'm sorry that we did. And you took it on yourself. You said, "I'm sorry that we did not make this, more clear. But what can I do? If I need to get these women in to do your makeup and hair, if I need to come and fix the wig myself, fly out there and fix that wig."
Look, Sherri. And then I also said, how do I get your money over there? PayPal, Zelle, Cash App.
Hello. I don't want to put out there to everybody that you pay for everything. But you called me, which went a long way because you knew that your name rose and fell because it's called the Cam Hill Show.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you called me because you made me laugh. You made me just feel better, and that says a lot about who you are as a person and how we have to do people. Sometimes we need human connection.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And so when you talked to me, it was like it was a connection, and because we're not designed to be in a house by ourselves, not talking to anybody. So while I appreciate you, Elise, and I'm so sorry, girl, I put you through it, but it's life. You if you learn how to deal with people,